But I've got more on this whole video game phenomenon. An international esports competition is underway in South Korea. Gamers will be playing League of Legends. That is the most played computer game in the world. Chris Hopper is with us, North America head for esports at Riot Games, which produces this League of Legends. Chris, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
We've been trying to tell our viewers the scope and size of what I think is a new industry, competitive e-gaming.
Yep.
Tell me how many people you're going to get to go to this one in South Korea and how many will stream it.
So for the finals, we're actually looking to fill one of the World Cup stadiums that was in South Korea from when they did the Soccer World Cup a couple of years ago. So there'll probably be about 50,000 in attendance there.
Wait. You got 50,000 people in a soccer stadium, what, with giant screens up
Absolutely.
there? And competitive teams playing League of Legends
in
on
the
big screen.
Yep, probably center field.
How much can you charge for all the 60, 70,000 people?
We actually tend to lower ticket prices pretty low because we want it to be as accessible as possible. We want as many people. You know, for events in the U.S., I'm not sure the conversion to Korea, but we're usually looking at $30 to $60, depending on how premium seating you're getting.
That's cheap?
I mean, we want to make it as accessible as possible for the crowd, and we know a lot of our fans are, 17, 18 years old.
Charge what the market will bear.
Exactly.
Now, the real market is in people watching around the world online. How many people will watch?
So last year, for one of our semifinals, we had 80 million unique viewers tune in for a single show. That was the biggest we've had. For the finals, we had 56 million because that was only a Korean versus Korean matchup. But whenever we get two different regions going at it, that tends to be our peak viewership because then you get the whole global audience kind of tuning in.
Tens of millions of people.
Absolutely.
And presumably you get revenue from tens of millions of people. It's simply because they're watching.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to how the NFL or NBA would distribute their media across multiple channels in different languages in different regions. We do the same thing. So we're on something like 30 different channels across 18 different languages, and we'll be broadcasting live to, tens of millions of people, charging, for mid-rolls and essentially trying to remove the economic burden from the viewer and instead put it on those sponsors who want to reach out to our audience.
I'm quite prepared to admit that I am behind the times. Well, I am. When did this start, this competitive e-games? When does it start? I mean, in the big stadiums, that kind of thing.
So in the big stadiums, it really started with StarCraft Brood War, but that was specifically in South Korea. So that was probably about 15, 20 years ago.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, they were filling airplane hangars, actually. Was they had 100,000 people show up to an open event where there were no tickets, but it was on a beach in South Korea. The sort of more organized, what I call sort of esports 2.0, started about 6 years ago when Riot created the LCS. We created regular season leagues that were going to be consistently accessible, high quality production, teams with contracts, players that are going to be well taken care of. And we've seen that scale now to the point where we actually have franchise teams. So similar to an NFL or an NBA where you have teams that are going to be permanently in place, that's a similar system to what we built. And our players now in North America, the average starting player is making over $330,000.
Wait. The average starting player,
yes, sir,
who is what, 14 years old or something?
At least 17. We have a 17-year-old age requirement because of kind of contractual law, but because they're signing their contracts with the teams, and they'll have sponsor appearances as a part of that. They'll have obviously their requirements to the league as part of that. They'll have media likeness, kind of IP rights. So the contracts are pretty thorough, and we needed to have a higher age limit, unfortunately.
Okay, off the top of your head, you may not be able to answer this question, but how many people are in this industry making $300,000 a year as competitive gamers? Are we talking thousands? Couple of hundred?
Couple hundred.
Couple of hundred. At that level of income.
I mean, there's at least 50 in the U.S. who are averaging $330,000. If you take the Chinese, Korean, and European leagues, we're probably quadrupling that number pretty easily. And then on top of that, some of the other leagues have their stars as well. So, the top players can be earning into the low seven figures as well.
I'm trying to do the math. Seven figures, that would be
low millions. Yeah.
Millions. You have to win?
Not even necessarily. I mean, when we look at some of the players, in North America and in China, one of the big additional aspects of their compensation is streaming. So they have their games, but imagine if LeBron could also just turn on a camera and show his practices to people and explain how he shoots his, jumper or how he takes a charge or how he plays defense. That's what these guys are doing. In addition to their practices, they're going home, turning on a camera, playing the game, and reaching out directly to that community. And that community is directly monetizing to them. They're paying subscriptions, they're making donations, and it really kind of tightens the loop between the fan and the pro athlete, and really kind of emphasizes that superstar culture.
Wait a minute, you're with Riot, what is it called?
Riot Games.
Riot Games?
Yes, sir.
And this League of Legends is one of your games?
Yes, we are the producer and developer of League of Legends.
How big is your company?
About 3,000 people at this point.
You've got 3,000 people working at Riot Games.
Between the promoting the title now, continuing the esport effort, and then all of the R&D titles as well.
That's extraordinary. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you for having
filling me in on something I knew nothing about.
Glad to be here.
Big new industry. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Thank
it. Great stuff.